Gillespie. How about a big hand for him?
Speaking of big hands, how about Dan Crone over there, folks? Thank you for coming out. I'm going to take a second to readjust that before that turns into another disaster. Hey, folks, thanks for coming out. How you guys doing tonight? Woo! Everybody Ebola free? As far as we know. Ebola, like, oh my God, every time I come up here to tell jokes, like, the world gets that much closer to fucking destruction. I gotta quit telling jokes, man. Enough of this comedy shit. Everyone's scared. Like, Ebola to me, like, I am scared, but the name doesn't sound scary to me. I'm like, it sounds like something that Apple designed for cowboys. Thank you, cowboy fans right there, if I can tell us. But seriously, the commercial would be like, if you thought rope and steer was easy with Ebola, waiting until you plug in the new Ebola. But I'll tell you what, folks, man, it's scary shit. This year has sucked. It sucked ass. And now I'm gonna die like McSteamy in the beginning of fucking Outbreak. Like, right? You guys saw that movie, right? McSteamy dies. He shits out his pancreas, and it leads into the next joke, which is like, you know, Marcella's like throwing poop at him from Friends, and I don't know if you guys knew this, but they used the same like monkey in Outbreak that they used in Friends, and I was always like, why the fuck didn't that little prick give a bullet to David Schwimmer? But I'm gonna tell you, like, seriously, like, what's really gonna spread Ebola is gonna be men. Like, if I get it, I'm gonna fucking play that off. Like, I'm gonna be like, oh no, it's cool, I'm fine. Because that's what men do. They never admit that something's wrong in their bodies until everything's absolutely gone wrong. Like if I get Ebola, I'm gonna walk into the emergency room and be like, hey guys, I think my eyeballs just got their period, actually. Well, that's what happens. But you know, it's sad too, because the doctors don't have any information for you. They're like, well, you know, like, to be honest with you, the symptoms are much like hay fever, and then you puke up your heart. And I know, like, there's a fucking turn for the worst that you weren't expecting. But anyway, folks, I don't know. It's gotten tough enough. I've been so on edge that I even stopped watching The Walking Dead. I'm like, no, I've had enough. I've had enough. Nowadays, like, if I want chills, I just wake up in the morning, actually. But we'll see what else is going on, folks. Did you guys see that George Clooney's wife got tongues wagging this week just by taking his last name?
Yeah.
All right, maybe one person. Did you guys get newspapers? Long story short. Like, everyone's like, oh my God, she's such a feminist. What is she doing taking George Clooney's name? And I'm like, folks, she's taking his name just for bragging rights. My God, can you imagine? This woman just figured out the Rubik's Cube of penis. Seriously, can you imagine how much fun she's gonna have, like, just making, like, restaurant reservations from now on? Like, yes, Mrs. George Clooney. Yeah, no bullshit. Do you know anyone else? Like, in every place she goes from now on, man, women are gonna be looking at her like the professor who looked at Good Will Hunting, like, oh my God, you give me hope. Maybe someday I can land that asshole I've been fucking for the last 5 years. But, you know, it's also no shock that she changed her last name. I mean, her last name already was like Alma Duggan, so, like, even if she married Fred Lipschitz, she's changing her W-2 this year. But not to be outdone, folks, this weekend, Stacy Keebler ate 47 Twinkies and cried. Much like I did. Have a good night, folks. Thank you so much.